EZM, and I'm here with Jenny Kuta. For those of you who don't know who she is the CEO of Galaxe.io. We have Amy here and Steven with me. They're brand ambassadors for Galaxe as well. And yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. We're just going to be having a chill, relaxed session. It'll be about an hour long. If anybody has questions in the chat, feel free to ask, and we'll try to get to them at the end of our stream. But yeah, so I wanted to start off, Jenny, by bringing up some of the latest crypto news that I saw in the media about the exchange FTX. Those of you that don't know about this exchange, it's one of the leading exchanges in crypto right now, and it's the CEO is Sam Bankman-Fried. They just got hit by the FDIC with the cease and desist letter over false and misleading statements. I was wondering if you could elaborate that on, Jenny, and give us your thoughts on how that might affect, the users and investors that have assets stored with FTX.
Yeah. Hey everyone. I guess we're doing a retake. Thank you, Rod, for hosting this morning. Hi, Amy. Hi, Steven and the TV. And hey, everybody out there in Twitch live world. We're only going to have actually 50 minutes because I do have to have a hard stop at 11 because I got to go to LA. I woke up at 5 this morning, drove from San Diego up so that I wouldn't miss this. But at the office where I'm at right now, they do have electricity problem. So we are actually running by backup powers. So if at any time, if you guys see me, I guess that's it. Okay, so that's a wrap. Okay, so I just want to say that first. So if you guys see me, I'm not coming back because I don't know what's gonna happen. So we're running on batteries right now. So FTX, yes, that's one of the biggest news that came out, I believe, later last week. FTX is one of the largest crypto exchanges in the crypto space. The reason why it's large is because of the founder, CEO. He's not the CEO, but he's the founder behind it, and his name is SBF, stands for Sam Bankman-Fried or Fry, tomato. The CEO of FTX Exchange, which is a US exchange. So they are competing with Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, Robinhood. Okay, those are some crypto exchanges. They recently received what it's called a cease and desist letter from the FDIC. Okay, and to elaborate a little bit, FDIC, to those who are in the United States, when you walk into a bank, Wells Fargo, Chase, big banks, you always see the signs, like a little plastic that it says FDIC insure. So each of our account per social security number per account through FDIC is insured up to, I believe, $250,000. Okay. Now, the reason why FDIC sent a cease and desist is because FTX's CEO, his name is Brett Harrison, he sent out a tweet. Again, tweets get people in trouble. On July 20th, and let me quote unquote, Brett Harrison said, direct deposits from employers to FTX US are stored in individually FDIC insure bank accounts in the user's name. Now that's not right, because for you to say that, you have to be FDIC insure, which is through banks, not financial institution. Now, let me clarify. Banks have a different system, and they are insured through FDIC. Wall Street, such as Amy, you know Wall Street, Steven, you know Wall Street, Rod, you do. For any of our stock accounts on Wall Street, they are insured through S, as in Sam, IPC, SIPC versus FDIC. So we're on the banking side. So FDIC sent Sam, Brett of FTX this letter. Now, obviously, they say that they've done no harm, but if you didn't do any harm, then that is misleading. So a cease and desist letter is pretty strong. So I would assume at the moment, they're not allowed to do certain things, or they have to immediately put out an announcement to correct what they said. I believe the tweet from the CEO, Brett Harrison, has now been deleted. And so I'm sure they have attorneys to work with FDIC to follow guidelines from the cease and desist situation. So, but other than that, the other news that comes with FTX, which is on the good side, is they recently came out with earnings, and I believe they have explosive earnings. So to those who trade stocks, I know Amy, Steve, you guys all do. When a company has an upside explosive earnings, that's huge for the company. So there you go about FTX.
Thank you very much, Jenny, for that. I have a quick question for you. Everyone is talking about this Ethereum merge, which Ethereum developers have been celebrating, even singing about as they advance towards the merge, an event that's been hailed, if you will, as the most important technological upgrade in the history of crypto. So my question to you is this all hype, or would you say it's true, it's grounded, it's justified hype, if you will?
Gotcha. Gotta love my ambassadors, you guys. They ask some of the toughest questions, and that's what makes our life. We don't go every day, but whenever we do, it's great. So Ethereum, okay, the probably top cryptocurrency that is being utilized in the NFT world because of OpenSea. 95 to 98% of OpenSea, they utilize Ethereum blockchain. So therefore, almost all of us who are on OpenSea would have to use Ethereum, period. I mean, they have Polygon, but no one uses that. So to answer Amy's question, yes, I believe it's in September. I forgot the exact date, but there have been a number of names for this upgrade. Some call it ETH2, some call it Ethereum 2.0, some call it ETH 2.0. But they basically the Ethereum community, they sell it under the name of the merge. It's called the merge, MERGE. And so what is the merge? Okay. The merge is basically the entire Ethereum blockchain. They're looking to move from POW, which is proof of work, which Bitcoin is the OG of using proof of work, into POS, stands for proof of stake. Okay. And so the merge, okay, basically is that currently there are how technology is that on Ethereum, there are currently two parallel what is called chain. One of them is called Ethereum mainnet, mainnet, okay? And that's the current one that everybody's using. Like right now, if we were to use Ethereum, they're using the mainnet, okay? But then they are changing that to what it's called the beacon chain, which is proof of stake. It's already here because it's already parallel, but this is active, but this hasn't yet been active, hopefully in September. So that is the summary of the merge. And to go a little bit further, how does proof of stake work? Okay, so once when Ethereum goes from proof of work, okay, to proof of stake, okay, then basically they would need validators. That's what they call. On the Bitcoin side, we normally use miners, right? On the Ethereum side, they call them validators to verify transaction whenever there are new blocks added to the blockchain. Now, in return for these validators, okay, they will earn Ethereum as a reward. Same thing as Bitcoin miners. When they mine Bitcoin, they verify Bitcoin on the blockchain, they get paid in Bitcoin, right? So that's why Ethereum is pretty hot. Now, if you guys wanted to know, the merge has not happened yet until September, but the beacon chain, remember, the mainnet chain is working right now. The beacon chain, it's there already, it's parallel, but this is on, this is still off, probably till September. There have already been 415,000 validators already either apply or got on to be a part of the validators. And 415,000 validators, I mean, that's a lot, you guys. So I would keep an eye on Ethereum because final thing, Ethereum, as you guys know, they host a lot of things. dApps are decentralized application. DeFi, that's uh, decentralized finance protocols, and of course, NFTs. So many are speculating that Ethereum could one day uh, trump the market cap of Bitcoin and being the number one. Could that be possible? Anything is possible. You know, in the crypto world, anything's possible. So, um, oh, and final thing I wanted to mention is that the merge, which is happening in September, is also controversial. Okay, so anything there's a plus, there's always a minus, right? So, what's the controversial about it is that the critics are saying when you move from proof of work, which is similar to Bitcoin, to proof of stake, which is what Ethereum wants to do, it will make Ethereum more centralized, therefore less secure. Okay, so that's what they're saying right now. And the final thing is, according to Messari, Messari, they're one of the analytics within the crypto space. They did a data, and these are the top three entities that are whales that hold the most Ethereum. Number one is a company called Lido or Lido, Lido Finance. They hold 31.2% of all Ether. I mean, that's a lot. Then the second one is Coinbase. We all know Coinbase. They own about 14.7%. And the third one is Kraken, which is 8.5%. So there you go. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
So I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to ask you guys a question. So my first question actually is going to go to Steven. Steven, so I've seen you've been dropping a number of really cool NFT collections on Galaxe.io. Could you kindly share a bit of what you're working on? And I've heard there is this beautiful model that you've made NFTs off of her, and they're on Galaxe, everyone, Galaxe.io. I've seen it because, of course, I've went to Galaxe almost every day. Can you share a little bit who she is, if you could, and about your NFT collections that you've been dropping on Galaxe?
Yeah, for sure. And thanks for letting me use this time for that. So the model is she's actually one of Twitter's most popular Spaces hosts. That's Indra Bartona of the Positivity Vibe Tribe. Yeah, she's got a background as a host, a model, and a Hollywood producer. For her brand, since she gets the requests for comp cards, autograph pictures, things like that, whatever. We collaborated on her NFT collection. I think we've got the first 8 up there with the Positivity Vibe Tribe logo, which is a collectible NFT now as well. And yeah, it's a neat project to have on one's plate. The projects I'm working on are all other people's stuff, essentially, and I'm migrating them to Galaxe.io just for, well, usefulness, usability, soundness, and feasibility. Richard Wang of MIT's 4 criteria. So, yeah, call me the negotiant here, but that's
Nice.
Indra Bartona, and the Positivity Vibe Tribe they'll have first access. I think she's announcing the drop this evening, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm
Very
excited
cool.
for her. I'm excited for her community. Thank you for asking. Hey, while I have you on the phone, you're really plugged into market trends and the beautiful people out there. Heidi Klum has always been an artist, and now I know she's venturing into making art with the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs. Can you give us some insight there by chance?
Yeah, I actually read a little bit about this just over the weekend, so I need to dive deeper into the situation. But Heidi Klum, I'm sure everyone knows, model, Seal's ex-wife. I believe they had 3 or 4 kids together. I believe she's still currently one of the judges on Simon Cowell's, what's that show? The singing show, the competition show. But anyway, she's one of the judges. And what is intriguing when I read about Heidi Klum, and so Heidi is an artist herself, like actual painting and stuff, and some of her pieces are like really good. And she actually chose to paint the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Now here's the thing, people. Okay, here's the thing. Now, in the world of NFTs, of course, there has to be copyrighted. Like, for example, Steven just shared that model but of course, we just heard that he collaborated with her. So when you hear the word collaboration, What that means is that he must have had her permission, or they share percentage in sales, or he represents them or whatever. So there is an acknowledgement between Steven and the folks that he takes care of for the NFT collection. Second example, say a couple weeks ago, Rod, which is our Rod right here, he's the host, he reached out to me and he asked if he could have my permission to use some of my pictures, which I'm assuming he gets them on Google or Instagram, and I say sure. So when I gave him that permission, he did a collection of NFTs of me, which I don't share profits or whatsoever, but that's a permission, right? Now, when Heidi Klum, I'm assuming that she paints the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Think about this. The Bored Ape Yacht Club is probably the top NFT collections probably in the world right now. They're about to do a movie. They're about to do the metaverse. They're probably going to do toys, right? But do you think they can go after Heidi Klum's for doing actual paintings of the Bored Ape Yacht Club and then NFT them? I would take a shot now, even though I'm not a lawyer. The answer is no, because it is her own art, even though she chose the Bored Ape Yacht Club to paint. And you know what? That's a really smart niche that Heidi Klum did it. And I noticed how she did it too is, I believe I was on Instagram last night and I check out her page, and she literally has a live camera that captures her doing painting. She has two other guys that's helping her too, and she literally showing the world that she's doing it herself. Okay, so those videos are actually marketing content when she's done with the painting. And I believe one of her painting is right in the center of New York Times Square. So she literally just went from a regular actress to now probably one of the top because of her strategic thinking, okay, and how she executed it, okay? It's not about ideas. Strategic and execution are key, and I believe she's going to do well, because those who are already into collecting the Bored Ape Yacht Club apes, and now they can buy hers for probably a lot cheaper, actual paintings, but it has a value on its own. So I don't know if she has a what do they call it, like a white paper showing, or she could just probably selling her painting without any like, we're gonna take this money and build a game or whatever, you know. So I think she's just selling her paintings as NFTs. So, but that's a great question too, Steven. So I think those of us who are into the NFT space, check her out and learn the strategies, learn how she executes it. Yes, she is Heidi Klum, but hey, in the NFT world, you can really, if you think of things, if you can execute it correctly, you can still do really well. But
Hey, that was a thorough answer too. Surprising. Thank you. And thanks for the insight.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for the question. All right. I have the next question. Actually, I want to ask Rod. So Rod, you're the host. You're always the host, so greatly appreciate you. Galaxe last week just dropped a huge promotion for artists and collectors to drop their NFTs and their 10,000 collections on Galaxe.io and earn the HODL token. You know, just like how we talk about Ethereum, when you're one of the validators, you can earn Ethereum. So you actually dropped some NFTs on Galaxe a couple weeks ago. Could you share your personal thoughts on the Galaxe platform, the promotion and the HODL token based upon your personal experiences?
Yeah, definitely. I'll start off by saying that the promotion that Galaxy.io is running right now is awesome. I can't name one like other NFT company or marketplace that literally will pay users to upload NFTs. Before I got into using Galaxy.io, I mainly used OpenSea and Magic Eden because I'm into Solana NFTs, and so I use Fan Wallet and Magic Eden. But I'm not really a big fan of OpenSea because it's just, in my opinion, it's not user friendly. When you look at Galaxy, I feel like as a first time user, if I was coming into the NFT space, I would be able to navigate through Galaxy.io with ease, versus OpenSea. It's literally that simple. Like, you just mint an NFT. I know to some people it might be like, well, that doesn't sound easy, but I promise you, if you're a first time user in the NFT space and you go to Galaxy, you'll figure it out. But yeah, I love the Galaxy platform. I think that we should definitely gain some traction because I don't know anybody that doesn't want free money. I mean, if you don't know how to generate a collection, if you do know how to generate NFT collections, it's too easy. You can literally make them from home, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, up to 10,000, and get paid up to 20,000 HODL tokens, which is currently like $2,000. Even if you don't know how to generate collections, you can pay someone. I'm not the best artist, and that's what I personally did for my Boss Ape collection. I don't know how to really draw, so I paid someone a couple $100s to create that collection of like 2,000 NFTs. It only cost me like $350, so it's that easy. You just pay someone, upload some NFTs, and earn HODL tokens. I think it's awesome, and I think more people should be doing this, but they're not. So we have, we have that advantage over the competitors. And as far as HODL token, it's got a lot of utility behind it. I personally cannot wait for the blockchain that's supposed to be coming, at the end of Q4. I think that's going to be huge when HODL bridges to Galaxy. I think that'll be huge, and I think it's for the best because me personally, when I'm looking at like a project or a company, I think it would just look better having Galaxy.io and then you have the Galaxy token with the Galaxy ticker or whatever instead of having HODL. I mean, it's still good, but I definitely look forward to that bridge.
Wow. So, based upon Rod's responses, I have to chime in and answer a couple of things so that speculations doesn't spread faster than actual information. So let me go at the very end, but Rod, your answer was superb. And because of that, I'm sharing more information with the public. Regarding the Galaxy blockchain, and how Rod was mentioning, the HODL token will merge to the Galaxy token. That is our current plans right now. What that means is, to those who are in the Galaxy HODL community, you all know that the HODL token has a 10 million hard cap. Okay, so what we're planning is when Galaxy has its own blockchain, we will create 10 million Galaxy tokens, and we will exchange one to one. So if your wallet has 10,000 HODL, we will burn them and we will issue you 10,000 Galaxy tokens, right? Now, the technical through that process, obviously, when it comes, we will know more. But don't shoot me because I'm sharing with you guys information before the technical things are in place, okay? So what I'm sharing right now is just like a summary, preliminary, and then the detailed plans of it, it will come when it comes, okay? So then that's number one. Number two, in Rod's responses, is he mentioned 20,000 HODL token for $2,000. Yes. Now I want to stretch or stress this important thing. When I became CEO, or I was asked to be CEO of this company, the HODL token was already at an all-time low, which is kind of where it is now, because a couple of things: crypto winter, bear market, everything is down. So of course it would be odd if the HODL token is up, right? So of course it's down. So obviously, to be honest, as a CEO, I have nothing to lose, because the only time when I lose is if the HODL token goes to zero, right? Let me be blunt. Let me be blunt and transparent or honest right there, right? So, but how can the HODL token go to zero when the HODL token is connected to Galaxy that has utilities, that has a CEO like myself, have teams like you guys? So I believe this is the bottom, okay? Not investment advice, of course. So if right now is the bottom and 20,000 HODL token is around 2 grand, look at the data. Its all-time high was $20. Don't even multiply it by $20, because then you're gonna jump for joy and say, oh my God, I could get a Lamborghini, right? But even $1, $2, 5, 10, could it go up there? Like I said before, in Ethereum, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, anything can happen in the cryptoverse, okay, in the crypto space. Final third thing that Rod mentioned was about creating an NFT 10K collection. Now, I'm going to be transparent again, okay? If you guys go back to the news, there was about 2, 3, 4 weeks ago when I launched the news, a press release for the cancer collection. And there was a flyer, actually it's still there on my OpenSea page, okay, that there are 12 collections, right? If you look at that flyer, you will see that there are 2 collections that are named the Whales collection and the Cute Doge collection. Those 2 collections belong to the company, which is HODL Galaxy, and they were from my predecessors. I'm just going to say it like that. So in recent days, again, I keep on giving you guys breaking news on all of these things. Within the last week, I learned that there weren't enough sufficient agreements for those 2 collections. So therefore, as the CEO, I chose not to touch it. Okay? So they were dealt by my predecessors. Paperwork were not clear. I was not informed when I stepped on as CEO. So therefore, it is my right to choose not to touch them. So now the company needs a 10K collection. So guess what? Within the last week, when I was up in LATechWeek, I met with a lot of techs, people, geeks, developers, VCs, you name it. I literally met a group that now I can proclaim that I know how a 10K NFT collection works. Because guess what? In the next week or two, I have not shared it with my ambassadors yet. I did share it with them that the idea was mine. They will be among the first that I will share what this NFT collection is all about, and I'm going to release them. And I believe that it's going to do well, because based upon the idea, kind of like Heidi Klum got her ideas, I got my ideas, and I think it's going to be cool. So now I can proclaim that I know how to do a 10K collection from A to Z. There you go. So thank you, Rod. Super great questions.
No problem.
Where are we next? I think Amy. Amy? Can Amy hear us? Oh, okay.
Were you going to ask me, or was I going to ask you?
Oh, you know what? I think I was going to ask you a question. Yes. Okay, I have a question. So you've been predominantly a stock trader, or what we call it TraFi. TraFi is traditional finance. It wasn't until recently that you started to follow cryptocurrency, and you've been great at it. I mean, quick learner. I mean, super. Again, all of my ambassadors are so smart. Super proud to be with them. Share some of your thoughts on how investors cope through bear markets, because I know on the traditional side, you've probably gone through bear markets on Wall Street, so that hopefully based upon your personal experiences with stocks and bonds and bear markets, that they can adapt it to that of the current crypto winter that we're currently facing. That's my question.
I'll say this. For starters, I had so many people tell me, crypto's dead, crypto's going down, pull your money out. One of the biggest things that each investor, each trader needs to understand when you get into whether it's the stock market or crypto is you need to own your own investments, your own trading. Tune out the noise, do your own due diligence. And because at the end of the day, it's your money. Those are your investments. Those are your trades. It's your ownership. So you can't turn to somebody else and say, well, you told me to buy, you told me to sell. So how that relates to me right now is I knew crypto goes through its journeys. For instance, I knew it's going to go down, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. You have to ask yourself, am I in it for the long term? Am I doing this as a swing trade? Am I doing this as a day trade? For myself, I've never sold any of my crypto. I might vent about it being down. You might hear me complain that my different accounts are down, but I'll never sell at a loss. If anything, I'll wait for a good opportunity, whether it's news related or looking at the charts or looking at just what's going on, the sentiment. I might add on a dip every so often, whether it's Bitcoin or Ethereum, or regardless, maybe Dogecoin or SHIB or whatever else it might be, but I won't sell. Second of all, regardless of what anyone says, nobody knows for a fact what's going to what. So these people who are saying Bitcoin to 0, Doge to 1, Bitcoin to 1 million, none of us know. It's all talk for the most part. What I can say with conviction, as I just said, nobody knows for a fact, crypto is not going anywhere. I feel like we can all agree that that statement can be said to be factual. It's not going to die. As we see the way it's been incorporated into even businesses and technology in our lives, it would be fair to say it's here to stay. It's here to stay. With that being said, I base any trades placed or any investments that I now make on, whether I want to add a lot now at this point, or just wait and see what the market does. Have I missed certain dips? Yeah, I absolutely have. Have I bought at, levels that were higher than I wanted to? Yes. But have I also bought the dips? Yes, I have. It's just part of being a trader, part of being an investor. And until you understand that and truly appreciate it, you're going to be a very frustrated and negative trader and investor. So just know that you're never going to buy the final dip. You're never going to buy the very, very top. It's always going to be moving. So as some people say, dollar cost average can be your best friend. So if you buy a little bit here and there and you're not investing what you absolutely need, then you'll be fine. And that's one more thing I'll add. I never put any money into any trade or investment that I can't say if it goes to zero, I can't
Mm,
live. I only risk
mm,
what I can absolutely afford to let go to zero. So
exactly.
that would be the biggest advice I can give. Know your risk.
So wise, so wise. Thank you, Amy. The only thing I want to add to that is we have the last 5 to 10 minutes, and if anybody has any questions, please feel free and send those in. I just got the first question via my DM. I believe it is probably from the Galaxy HODL community because based upon the question. And the question was, Jenny, again, I mentioned that I don't want to comment about the HODL token, but it keeps on coming up. So, but the question today is a little bit different. It said that Jenny, there's been a lot of news coming out of Galaxy and the HODL token, but do you have any comment on why it doesn't go up, right? So, first of all, I believe that's a silly question. First of all, yes, that's a silly question. Okay. The reason why it's silly is because we have to see everything. You can't just say, well, there's a lot of news. Why does it go up? So, let me give you an example. Okay. Let's take Elon Musk and Doge, right? Last year, when we were in a bull market, 2021, right? Every time Elon tweets, Doge just run up the hill. It just ran up the hill. Okay? Because why? In a bull market, you can say that 8 out of 10 people, they buy things. They have money, they buy it. Every day they wake up, they go to work, paychecks go into the bank, they wire the bank into crypto accounts, and then they just buy them because it's a bull market. It's called FOMO, fear of missing out, or YOLO. You only live once, right? But in the bear market, reverse that. In a bull market, let me repeat, probably 8 out of 10 people, they just buy. When they hear Elon tweets, they buy. So what happens to stocks and crypto when everybody buys on the same side? It goes up. It's just common sense supply and demand. Okay? So pretend the entire world or everybody who plays crypto. So let's count that everybody is 10 people. And of that 10 people, 8 people in a bull market, they just buy. They hear, they buy. They hear, they buy, right? What kind of market are we now? We're in a crypto winter, a bear market. So what happens in bear markets? The reverse happen of the 10 people, either the 8 people who used to buy, they either stay out on the sideline, they don't touch it anymore, or of those 8 people, maybe 2, 3 of them would even sell on a low side. So A, you have selling pressure. B, you don't have buying power. Everybody just staying on the sideline. So if you want to compare, very simple. Follow Elon Musk. Again, he's the biggest account on Twitter. Dogecoin, the entire community stands behind him. When he tweets, they all retweet it. Do you guys do that with me? You guys don't do that? I mean, if whoever's asking me that question, you're in the community, right? So ask yourself, whenever I tweet or whenever the ambassadors tweet, do you guys retweet them? If you say no, then you're not like the Doge community. The Doge community, every time Elon tweets, they like it, they tweet, they engage. That's a community, okay? So even lately that Elon Musk does that, he did not move Doge. Let me repeat. Even lately, when Elon Musk talks about Doge through his Twitter account, which if the same number of tweets that he did this year and he did that last year, Doge will probably run up the hill. but the environment is different now, which I had just explained. The difference between a bull market and a crypto winter, which is a bear market. So, okay, we are in a bear market. We are in a crypto winter. The 8 people who used to buy to FOMO everything up, they either stay on the sideline or some of them are sellers, which give pressure to all of the tokens, stocks, tokens, or whatever. And that's why it's down. So even in crypto winters or bear markets, even if a company like Galaxy, we have a lot of news, okay, out and stuff, it may not budge because why? We're not the only one. Look at Dogecoin and that community, and they have Elon Musk. I'm no Elon Musk, okay? All of our ambassadors are not, the giant Doge community that it is. And so we just gonna do what we do, and the token is gonna do what it does. And that's why I've shared this before, that, CEOs, okay, of publicly traded companies, and I put myself in that position, we do not comment on publicly listed stocks, or in my case, a publicly listed token. But I've shared that answer because I wanted to educate the community, okay? And that's why I did that. Not financial advice. Like Amy said, you should only invest what you can afford to lose. If you lose something and you lose sleep, you break up with your spouse, you get a divorce, that means you've overdone it. Don't do it. Okay? And that's it. So unless if we have any other questions, got a few final minutes, we can wrap it. I think it's a great live
Thank
stream
you,
today.
Jenny. Appreciate your time
Thank you.
again, all the information.
Anything, any QAs, Rod?
Not yet in the chat. I just asked if there were any final questions. Give it about a minute. If not, then we can wrap things
Okay.
up.
Sure.
Yeah, overall it was a great live stream. Very informative.
Very. Always. We always have great live streams. I mean, we click so well. So I love you guys.
Love you.
We love you too, Jenny.
Safe travels.
Yes. After here, I have to drive up to in LA. That reminds me, Stephen. I share things with my ambassadors that I don't share with the public. So, but I'll share it now. Last week was LATechWeek, so we met a lot of people, but there were a lot of noise. This week is more like one-on-one meetings, private meetings. Usually those meetings should be good because it dives more into deals, signing deals, etc. So, knock on wood. So I gotta hop in the car. I actually only had 2.5 hours of sleep last night. So, but life in the world of entrepreneurship is you gotta hustle, right? Had plenty of sleep on Friday, Saturday, so it's cool. I'll make it up. But driving to LA, and so if any of you guys are in LA, I might run into you guys. But yeah. So
Alrighty.
Rod, you're the man, so I'll let you make the decision, wrap it up or whatnot. I'm fine either way.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. We don't have any other questions in the chat. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Okay.
And yeah, we'll see you next Monday. Hopefully, we should be.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Hopefully.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, everybody. Until next time.
All right.
And we'll see you on Twitter.
See
Have
y'all.
an awesome week.
All right. Thank you.